Welcome to our show here this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Fernandez, and gang, as you can tell by the chairs we have available up here on our stage, we realize, guys, that very shortly I will be asking for some volunteers to come onto our stage here this afternoon to participate with us in our demonstration in hypnosis here this afternoon. Out of curiosity, I have to ask everyone, how many this afternoon have ever seen a stage hypnotist before? By show of hands? Okay, a lot of you guys. How many have never seen a stage hypnotist before? How many not sure if you've seen one before? Which somebody raise their hand 3 times back there. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before I do ask for the volunteers, I'm going to give you what I call a little visual power suggestion. Here's a little visual power suggestion. I'd like everyone in the audience to try this with me, please, if you could. Hey, guys, everybody just put your right arm in the air for me like this. Excellent. Put your finger like this. Put your arm right above your head and say, "Hey, boss, the bling, the bling." No, don't say that. But keep your arm in the air. Keep your arm in the air. Now, I want you to put your finger right against your chin. Look, guys, your chin's over here. Now, who got it right? Once you got it right, you have to volunteer. Oh, maybe not. Every guy, what we call a little visual power of suggestion. You know, ladies and gentlemen, before I do ask for the volunteers, I have to share with you folks 4 of the most common comments that I get prior to a performance. One of them being, you know, Fernandez, I really would like to volunteer up on that stage, but you know what? I'm afraid you're going to make me bark like a dog or cluck like a chicken. I heard this afternoon many, many times. Now, for those of you who do volunteer, ladies and gentlemen, I promise you, I will not make you bark like a dog or cluck like a chicken here this afternoon. Another comment I get before the show, Fernandez, I really would like to volunteer, but I'm afraid you're going to ask me personal questions about my past. Now, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Fernandez, not Dr. Phil. Okay. If you do volunteer, guys, I promise you I won't ask you any personal questions here this afternoon. Another comment I get before the show, Fernandez, I really would like to volunteer, but I'm really concerned you're going to put needles in my hands or make me eat fire stand on me or something like that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you what our show is not. Our show is not a scientific hypnotic demonstration. It's a fun, entertaining program, not only for the folks that are watching the show, but also for the folks that are participating as well on our stage. And another comment I get before the show, Fernandez, I really would like to volunteer, but I'm really concerned that I'm not going to come out of hypnosis. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is impossible. You cannot remain in hypnosis. That is impossible. So you don't have to worry this afternoon you're going to phone me and say, "Hey, Fernandez, I think I'm still hypnotized." No, that's not going to happen. Now, again, before I do ask for the volunteers, I'm going to give you a brief example of hypnosis here this afternoon. You see, under hypnosis, concentration and mental alertness are heightened. Now, you're not in an unconscious state, nor are you in a sleep-like state. As we know, sleep. Instead, you're very mentally alert, and your senses are very acute. It's what we call being in an altered state of consciousness. And for those of you who do volunteer onto our stage, I'd like to clarify something right now. A lot of folks are under the impression that when we ask for the volunteers, there seems to be a challenge between themselves and myself. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to clarify right now, it's not meant to be a challenge between you and I here this afternoon. For those of you who do volunteer onto our stage, if you are fortunate enough to go under our stage, you will actually put in yourselves under with a little help from me. Now, to further explain, a person under our stage for approximately 15 minutes is equivalent to that of 8 hours of natural sleep. So you can come onto our stage for a few minutes. You can party all afternoon with the guys over here in the front row. Would also like to mention, ladies and gentlemen, we've had a recent surgery. I would respectfully request, ladies and gentlemen, that you do not volunteer onto our stage here this afternoon. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have about 15 chairs over here in the front. We have a few more in the back for any overflow. And if by chance, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to volunteer, we happen to have the stairs over on the left. Please do not jump from the center, and please do not come over from this side. But we do happen to have a tradition in the Fernandez show, because at the finale of our show, guys, we're going to be giving away our solid gold medallion for our very best subject up here on our stage. It is engraved in the back, champion hypnotic subject with Fernandez. And you guys, by your applause, will make that decision for us. Now, one thing I'd like to mention, ladies and gentlemen, the medallion is actually made out of solid gold, and I had it plastic coated for protection. We're going to put us over here, guys, for safekeeping. Also, guys, for this show, please, you must be at least 15 years of age to volunteer for us. You must be at least 15 years of age to volunteer for us here this afternoon. So in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to have a good time here this afternoon, oh, let me try it again. If you'd like to have a good time here this afternoon, well, ladies and gentlemen, come on down. Hey, come on down, guys, and grab a seat, ladies and gentlemen.